Hi, and welcome back to What Was That? My dad passed away from cancer in 2013. It was very fast. We found out that he had stage 4 terminal melanoma, fast spreading melanoma. It was about kind of mid-April that he found out he had cancer, and it was by the end of April that he found out it was stage 4 fast spreading. It had metastasized through his body, so his body was riddled with cancer. We were told that we would have to the end of the year, so we were expecting to have Christmas with him. He had some in his brain, and the location of it in his brain, it was not where they thought they would operate, so they suggested that we would do whole brain radiation. He did not want to do that, but all the rest of the family was like, yes, do it. So he relented and he went ahead and did it because everybody was, telling him to do it. And it was very fast after that. He wasn't the same after that, not quite. We kind of all felt like it scrambled his brain a little bit, but it was very, very fast. And, of course, the doctors would have probably told us it wasn't that. That was really, it was just really the cancer advancing so quickly. But so he passed in July of 2013. So it literally, we didn't even have 4 whole months. It was crazy. But what I really wanted to come on here and share is that I went there closer towards the end so that I could spend some time with him. Didn't know for sure how fast this whole thing was going to be, but he was starting to show signs that things were going downhill. So because I didn't live in the same state anymore. So I went, and when I got there, he was all like, he greeted me and he looked excited to see me. And then I noticed almost right away, like within 20-30 seconds, his eyes didn't want to stay focused. So I was like, what's going on? And that was the first day that was happening. Now, that was July 13th when I got there, and noticed that his eyes didn't want to stay focused. Within about 20-30 seconds of him looking at something, then they kind of unfocused. And I remember that day sitting next to him on the sofa, and him, I felt a shift in his energy. We'll say that. I felt his energy shift from the energy of the physical density to the spiritual density. That's the best way I can put it, because I could feel a complete shift in him. And he already had a hospital bed put into the living room there, and we were sitting on the sofa, and he said, you know what, I think I want to go take a nap. I'm kind of tired. And I said, oh, okay, Dad, well, do you want to take a nap in the back room where he'd been staying in his parents' old bedroom, or do you want to try out the hospital bed? And he said, I think I'm going to try out the hospital bed. And he was in the hospital bed, and it was literally a week that it took, but his body basically started shutting down a little bit at a time. Well, one of the things that I was wondering what was going on, and later I thought about it and I intuited on it, and I figured out what it was he's on all these medicines and stuff because, he's fighting cancer and he's losing the battle. Sorry. And every time I came up to him, he would look at me and he would go like this. He would it looked like he was touching over each of my shoulders and over my head. And at the time, I didn't quite understand what it was, but later I figured out. Both his parents had passed, and his oldest brother had already passed. So every time I came forward, because I'm so sensitive, it was like I was coming forward with them with me so he could see them with me. And I think he was trying to touch them. Like, is that real? Am I really seeing them? So wanted to come on here and just say, what was that? Because it was just an incredible thing that it was horrible to go through seeing my dad like that, but it was just incredible that every time I stepped forward, his parents and his oldest brother were with me, and he could see them. So I just wanted to come on here and share what was that. But my dad was such an amazing man, and he lives on through those of us that he impacted and touched our lives. He lives on through all of us. His memory, he's not dead, and he's always around, just in a different form. But I wanted to come on here and just share because it was just a really crazy experience that he was seeing me, but seeing me with other things when I was coming forward to talk to him. So just wanted to come on here and share. Thanks for listening.